All right, so we've had a really good morning, and we've got another fantastic lightning talk lined up for you. So I actually met Vladimir yesterday as well. He also had the misfortune of spending some time with me. We were speaker-orientated together, and I was asking all of the awkward questions. He's a very nice and chilled-out guy, so you will enjoy him for the next 15 minutes. He's a network engineer, a developer, and security researcher. He's also a WordPress enthusiast, and he's one of the core founders of WordCamp Prague. And when he's not doing all of that, he's just co-founding his marketing agency, Lint, if you've heard of it. It's fantastic. Today he's going to be talking about, he's going to give us sort of a 10-minute preview of common but not often mentioned mistakes he saw during security scans in WordPress sites. And his talk title is probably one of my favorites of the day. It's titled WordPress Through the Bad Guy's Glasses. So let's give him a warm applause. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for the introduction. My talk will be about security, of course, but from the other perspective. I will show you what the attacker can see when he visits your site. This is just another WordPress site, and there is a pretty nice picture, but I can see there is no HTTPS there. It usually indicates that the author doesn't care too much about security. So let's prove it and check HTTP headers. We can see really outdated server components here, and we cannot see any HTTP security headers. Lots of information, lots of sensitive information we can gain from the error messages. So let's try to force WordPress to make an error. This is a trick for it. And now we have a server path there, and it doesn't the only information we gain, because this is probably his FTP username, and we can try to guessing passwords. And the structure of the path indicates that he used cPanel for server configuring. Another source of error messages is debug log, and when it was enabled, we can find extensive information about technical issues on that site, and they are usually caused by outdated plugins. So this is a cPanel or any other panel, and this kind of systems usually allows you to enable statistics very easily, and without proper configuration, they are publicly available. So now we have all information about website traffic. Have you ever seen this? Yeah, of course. This is the output of PHP info, and this is a treasure trove of information, because you are able to find, again, the server paths, extensions, versions, and if we are lucky, we can find their database passwords in environment variables. So don't let it on your servers. OK, now we have enough information about the site, and let's focus to the author. Author number 1. His username is admin, and it's not very clever, right? The same information you can get from REST API, and there is a bonus. This is MD5 hash of his email, and MD5 hashes are pretty easy crackable. So we know his email, and we can use it for phishing, for example, or password stuffing. It means that we can try to find already leaked passwords and try to stuff them into that WordPress or any other site. Some passwords you can find, for example, on this site, LeakProbe or SpyCloud. Oh no, and what's this? This is Have I Been Pwned site, and it provides lots of information about leaked passwords. And if the author don't use second-factor authentication and password managers, he is in a real trouble now. I recommend you to try it with your own email address. Maybe you will be surprised. And I create a short link for you, ohno.fun, because the address is pretty complicated. And please try it. But there are many other emails in the WordPress. The comments. You probably know WP Tavern, and there are more than 45,000 comments with emails. You may be asking what to do with thousands of emails. We can sell them on the black market, for example. There's a price list, And you can find that emails are pretty cheap. But on the other hand, we are able to harvest tons of them pretty easily. Do you love Git? Yes? Of course, developers love Git, but they usually hate server configuring. And sometimes they unintentionally publish their .git folder, and you are able to reconstruct whole the repository and get access to all the files, vpconfig, wp-config included. I made a big scan a few months ago, and I found 400,000 sites affected with this. Fun fact, when the WordPress detects version control system folder, it will disable auto updates. And if you are interested in version, you can use this nice trick to reveal it. And this is one of the reasons why try to hide WordPress version is pretty useless. But there are many other configuration issues. For example, directory listing. It seems pretty innocent, but what if your backup plugin is not prepared for that? And it makes all your backups publicly available. You don't want it, I hope. Some developers also make a nice small backdoor to their site because they leave unmaintained database management system on their server. For example, phpMyAdmin or Adminer. And you are able to use it, connect to your own remote database server, and steal any file from their server. Again, wp-config included. Okay, enough of boring theory, and let's make it a little bit personal. There is a second user on that site, Julia. What we know about her? Again, there is her email, and we can try to find some leaked passwords. But we also know that she has a personal blog about her cat. And from that blog, we know her social networks. And we also had the picture of her cat. And it's really important. She has a cat, not a dog. The picture is important because there might be metadata in pictures. And now, we also know she has an iPhone XS, the pretty expensive, rich lady. And she hasn't disabled location information. So we know where she lives. And from Street View, we also know that she hasn't security locks on the front doors. And from Instagram, we also know she isn't at home. She's in Berlin right now. And she has a cat, not a dog. Watchdog. So, thank you for your attention. Enjoy the rest of the conference. And I am leaving to rob some houses.
All right, thank you so much.
One more thing. There are no Q&As, so I prepared some on my blog, smitka.me, if you are interested. Thank you.